Hey y'all,
How y'all doing?
this is our first vlog on our IVF journey. So we're just gonna like kind of discuss some of the things that has gotten us to this point and what we're doing now, and then like what are the next steps. So initially, we got pregnant in 2015,
Yes.
and then we had a miscarriage. The doctor informed me that I had something that was called mycoplasma, which was something that we've never heard about, and gave us medication for it. And then, honestly, I was kind of frustrated with the entire situation, so I never finished taking the medicine. And then let's fast forward. We weren't like not trying, but we weren't trying either.
Right.
So then
The
fast,
first time we wasn't
right,
trying.
right. So let's fast forward. When was the second time? 16?
Um,
Was that 17?
was the beginning of 17.
Okay, the beginning of 17. Um, Once again, we weren't not trying, but we weren't trying either. So then we kind of like just gave it a break for a second because I was just really overwhelmed. I'm the type of person that I weigh carry everything on my shoulders, so I probably was frustrating him a little bit too because I was like didn't want to talk about it. But then when I did talk about it, I was stressed out and I was crying. Of course, because it's like something that you're like kind of sort of ashamed of, but not really. Like it's a weird thing, like in the in between. So um, we ended up going to this doctor named Dr. Berger that was suggested by one of my friends at work, and we went to him and he informed us that we had mycoplasma again. I had to get an HSG done where they basically like shoot dye into your uterus to make it come out of your tubes. They saw like at the end of my tubes it was like sticking. So they suggested for me to get a surgery, which I really didn't want to get, but that was the only way to find out what was really going on. So we got the surgery May the 1st, 2018, and then they told me that I had endometriosis. They found some cysts. They found a polyp. They found all of these things that I never even knew I had. So um, after that, we got pregnant like the next month and had a chemical pregnancy, which is basically a very early miscarriage. Like you just don't, the baby never attaches to your uterus. So I was having like all pregnancy symptoms, wasn't able to eat, nauseous, throwing up, everything, and then for the baby to not latch. So we started on Clomid, which is a pill to like stimulate your follicles to make them grow larger. Made the follicles grow like 20, and then they gave me a shot called Avidril, which actually made me ovulate because I was having anovulatory cycles, which is something else that I've learned throughout this whole process, where my body was actually making me feel like I ovulated, and I was peaking on like ovulation test kits, but my body really was not ovulating. So we did Clomid for how many months?
4.
We did Clomid for 4 months, and then we finally was like, okay, what's the next step? Because the medication is really like gives me really weird side effects. Um, you have to like take Prometrium. I found out that my uterine lining wasn't thick enough, which was something else. My vitamin D level is low, and found out today it's actually still low. I don't know how that is because I feel like I eat enough foods that has that vitamin, but okay, I do.
Okay.
What foods have vitamin D?
Not the foods that you have been eating.
Sunny D, light,
Okay.
right?
No.
Okay, but anyway, so that's that. Fortunately enough, my husband's insurance covers the IVF at like 100%, which is like amazing. So, we just was like, look, we're not going to keep going through these processes. The next step is like IUI, which is where they actually take the sperm and like they stick it through the catheter into you as you're ovulating. But once again, it's still a probability that it may not latch. So it's like, okay, well, listen, what's the most aggressive thing that'll get us to have a child? Um, Another child because we already have a
Yeah,
child.
I was going to ask you that. Did you already explain?
No, I have a bonus baby. Her name is Sage, and yeah, so we already have one child. We're just trying to grow our family, okay? And so we decided to do the IVF. We're actually paying like what $250.
Yes.
$250 out of pocket, and our medication came up to like $100. So it's really like decent. And I know there are a lot of women that has a lot of questions in regards to it. The center that we're going to is the Fertility Center of Maryland. They Dr. Bass is our doctor. She's absolutely amazing. The only thing I will say that this process has taught me so far, and I'm pretty sure will continue to teach me, is patience, because I am always a person that wants to be in control of situations. I want things to go the way that I want them to go when I feel like they should. On top of all of that, I am not used to being rejected from things, so this is very hard for me. That's the mental aspect of it. Emotionally, of course, like, it makes you feel like, as a woman, you're supposed to be able to bear a child, and I've never had any health issues in the past that would cause me to feel like that these things would occur. So that's why it was really surprising to me that when we started like actively trying, it was so hard for us to get pregnant. So like we started IVF last Saturday, well, the process, and it's really weird because they make you take like birth control first, and you take the birth control for 3 weeks, which is crazy because it seems like it'll be the opposite, but I guess, I trust my doctor, so I know that this is right. And then, of course, like prenatals every day, and then baby aspirins, which I never heard of until this process started. Airborne, because I cannot afford to get sick, and then Tylenol because I'm cramping ridiculously all day, every day, and this is the only medication that I can actually take. So, have anything to say, honey?
That I'd already told you that I thought we should have did IVF
Yes.
from the start.
Uh-huh.
So.
But I told you that okay, so with IVF, you have to like meet certain qualifications before you can just like jump out there. A lot of insurances that do cover any part of it, they want you to do the least aggressive things first before you're able to just jump straight out there and say, hey, I'm going to go through IVF.
I just guess that's me just being impatient.
Yes, it's okay. So this will teach you patience too. A little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
I have patience. You the one that don't. I try to teach you patience.
That is true.
Okay.
That is true. Okay, but so our next appointment is Monday, where we had to do a mock embryo transfer. Yeah, I'm learning this like as the days go on. I really don't know what that is. I'm pretty sure they'll probably be like faking like they're going to put the embryo in, because mock, that's like a simulation type. Okay, but then in an endometrial biopsy. So I'll be sure to come back and let you guys know. Well, we will, and let you guys know how that goes and everything that happens during that, because this will be our first time. And then we actually start stimulation medication, which is like 9 different needles. And I'm really afraid, but we start those on January the 29th. So if all goes well, we'll be pregnant by March. And it'll be welcoming baby Shorter like in January of 2020.
2020.
A whole year process, basically. But it's all worth it. And I'm really looking forward to going through all of it. And even though I'm afraid, nervous, anxious, all of those things. But also, I know that it'll be definitely worth our wait. And I'm really excited to share it with you all as well, because like I said, me talking about it makes me feel better, and it kind of takes some of the anxiety away. And hopefully our story throughout the process will help some other couple that are having issues and are afraid to talk about their problems.
I'm going to hold it down for the fellas.
What's the hold down?
Let them know what to expect.
Oh, because I'm going to be going crazy. Yeah, so how has this medicine been making me act already?
She's been very grumpy. She's moody. She's tired.
A lot.
Crampy.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the stuff that women go through when they're on their periods just multiplied times 10. So it's just like from since we've been together, I try to get to understand her, but I explained to her the other day, like since we met, I don't even remember her being on her period.
Which is absolutely crazy, y'all, because y'all know I have to have a menstrual cycle. Like,
Well,
Steven
her
just
menstrual
does.
cycles
They're
was
short.
like, was
Okay,
like
yes.
2 days.
Right, which
So,
was actually one of the reasons why we thought that it was a problem, because nobody has 2-day cycles.
like, or it'd be shit come on for a day and then be done. So I didn't really get to experience the stuff that I'm experiencing now. Whereas though she's like, she might wake up and then go to bed like, oh, give me a hug. So I'm gonna hold it down for the fellas though. I'm gonna let y'all know what to expect. But she knows I don't really, when she, the attitudes and stuff, I don't really pay that no mind. She tell me get off of her, I'm the one that don't pay stuff like that no mind. So.
Well, so this will be the first of many.
Yep.
And I'm very grateful for like all of the support that we've received. Once again, like I said, like this isn't like a sympathy thing. Like it's just really to just like have something honestly for everyone. Like I said, our story can help someone else, and more so for the fact that maybe somebody can look back. Like once we have our children, they'll be able to look back and like see everything that we did to make sure that they got here.
Thank y'all for the support. She showed me the messages. Thank y'all. I think I'm gonna start taking some of these vitamins with her, but I'm gonna buy my own vitamins.
I don't think guys can
I'm
take
not gonna be taking these one a day. I'm gonna go get like the Flintstones.
Okay, good. I think that's a great idea. Of course. Oh, another thing is that before you get into the idea of thinking of IVF, you have to change your diet. You can't drink, you can't smoke, you can't
Apple a day, keep the doctor
anything.
away.
Okay, nothing. Like 1 glass of wine a day, and who really drinks 1 glass of wine? Nobody does that. So, yeah, it's really like
You drink one and be
a really big one.
Yeah, they ain't say how big it had to be. Just said just 1 glass.
I believe it says 8 ounces, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
But okay, guys.
What you gotta do.
So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again on Monday after this procedure.
Oh, they're not gonna see me. I gotta work.
But we can do it at night.
I get off at 4.
Right, my appointment's at 9.
So they gonna see you.
Okay, well you'll see me Monday.
Yeah,
All right.
So when I get off, I'm going to sleep.
Good night. Now, like we should be going now because we've had a really long day. Jesus.